Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a comparison between these two K-Cup brewers. On the left I've got the K-Mini Plus, and on the right I've got the Chulux single serve coffee maker. So I've got the K-Mini Plus, but the K-Mini is also almost exactly the same. So this ranges anywhere from $70 to $100 on the Keurig side. The Chulux right now is around $35 on Amazon. They both do single serve K-Cups. So both of these are kind of like a manual machine. You gotta add the water each time you want to brew a cup of coffee, and you gotta add the right amount of water each time. So over here on the K-Mini, we've got a water reservoir. I've got to pour my water in there, and I've got to kind of watch. It does have a mark on it to show how much I've got in it. Over here, I've got to open up this lid. I've got to pour my water back here, and I've got to kind of measure it out beforehand. So I'd like to brew my K-Cups on 8 ounces. So I've got 8 ounces. I'm going to go ahead and pour my 8 ounces in. That's the needle basket area. There's the top needle. You know, the Keurig's a little fancier. It's got this handle here, you know, it kind of works a little different. This one you pull down and then you got to lock it, so. But this one is quite a bit smaller. The Chulux is so much smaller than the K-Mini, and I thought the K-Mini was small. There's the top needle. There's the bottom needle. Again, there's the bottom needle, top needle. One of the things, so this needle, you can remove this needle on the K-Mini. This needle is kind of permanently mounted. So I'm going to brew the Pioneer 1850 Folger black gold K-Cup. So you just set it in here, then we're going to close this lid. It's a little more manual work. Push it down and then turn it to lock. Over here there's the standard Keurig mechanism where it does all the piercing. So the control panel's on the top. You've got a power button and a big brew button. The K-Mini Plus has a strong button. The K-Mini doesn't have that strong button. Over here you've just got simply a power switch. So when you get the water installed, the K-Cup installed, you're going to come over and hit the power switch. So by hitting that power switch, I started the brew. Now I'm going to start the K. So the K-Mini acts a little different. It's going to suck down the water. Whereas over there, I kind of poured the water down into the heating element. Here, it turns on a pump. So it sucked the water down into the machine, and it's going to heat it up. The Chulux is heating up the water right now too. So I'm just going to let this go live, and we'll see exactly how long it takes for a cup of coffee to brew in each one. Both of them sound about the same. Okay, so the K-Mini, you know, the water coming out of there is 170, 180 almost. So the K-Mini was first. So the K-Mini is going to be done brewing before the Chulux ever starts. Okay. This one is done. The coffee is 165. So this one's going to be starting here any minute. So it's about what? Maybe 20 seconds behind. So the water coming out there does seem a little bit hotter. Yeah, that's quite a bit hotter actually. And you get a hotter cup of coffee with the Chulux. you know, about 10 degrees hotter. So this one does take about a minute longer than a Keurig. The Keurig was definitely faster. They're both about the same noise level. And again, there's your cup of coffee. So yeah, 5, almost 10 degrees warmer. Let's do cleanup. So you're just going to turn this to unlock. There's your K-Cup. Looks like it did a pretty good job with the K-Cup. Over here, it's got this nice handle you lift up. Here's the K-Cup. So I'm not a coffee expert. Earlier, when I was doing some tests, of course, this one tastes like a hotter cup of coffee, but I actually didn't notice that big of a difference in the taste. So here we have the K-Cups. So the cheaper one, the Chulux, you know, the K-Cup kind of looks distorted a little bit. This one looks fine. I'm going to cut them open. We'll see what's going on inside. So I just cut the bottom off of both of these. So the one thing I did notice, this Chulux K-Cup was so much hotter than the Keurig one. Like the K-Cup physically was hotter. So here's the bottom where the needle pierces the bottom. Okay, looks like it does the same exact job there. Okay, so here we've got the top again, so much hotter. You know, I'm wondering if some of that distortion was from the heat or something, but this K-Cup is quite a bit hotter. So there's the coffee grounds. You know, I can't tell any difference in the brew of the coffee grounds. You know, this one's got quite a bit more steam coming off of it, but they both look like they brewed pretty good. So I really like my Keurig machines. I've always been a little mystified by the K-Mini and the K-Mini Plus just because they're so expensive. And there are some other Keurig machines that are just a little bit nicer. You know, they have a water reservoir a little bigger and that you don't have to fill it every time. But these are nice machines. They sell a lot of these. There's a lot of them out there. But this one, I was very impressed. I thought the Keurig was going to do a little better. They both make a great cup of coffee. This one's definitely hotter, but the size and the cost. So again, $35, you know, and pretty much twice as much for the Keurig. When it looks like they do about the same thing. Now, longevity-wise, you know, the reviews are both pretty good online for both of these machines. You know, if they're going to fail, they usually fail within the first couple weeks. But if they've lasted a good while, then they're going to last a while. You know, some other things. So this one, since it is so small, I always find myself kind of catching that lip with the coffee cup. You know, and it's not going to take a very big coffee cup. Where this one, you've got a lot of room there. You've got this removable drip tray. You know, you can put it even taller. So both machines let you put up to 12 ounces in the machine. Again, over here on this machine, here's what the back of them look like. So this one is meant to be portable. You can store the cord completely. They both have an extension cord. This one's a 2-prong. The Keurig is a 3-prong. Again, this one will take 12 ounces. It's hard to see. You know, you got to pour the water in. There is no place to see how much water you've poured in. So you got to kind of measure it. Again, this is, you know, it's okay. And it's hard to put a coffee cup here because that's kind of uneven. You know, but this thing space-wise is just really, really small. You know, there you got them side by side. Look at that comparison. Thanks everybody for watching. And if you could, please like and subscribe.